Welcome everyone to the L7C podcast, My Hero Academia edition. Today we are here to talk about the conclusion of My Hero Academia Vigilantes season 2. We have the My Hero enthusiast with us, Miss Andrea Alanis. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Martin. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking. Like we stated in the open, My Hero Academia Vigilante season 2 just ended this past Monday. We're literally recording the second day of April. So we're just here to talk about the end, our thoughts, and go from there.
Go from there for sure. Where would you like to start?
Just the final, just like the final sagas of season 2, obviously, like at the Egg Bowl or Dome or whatever they were
Hmm.
calling it, and that whole thing. What were your thoughts on how season 2 ended? Like that whole drama there.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. So the whole Sky Egg thing, right before we got there, we have obviously Captain Celebrity is leaving. We get more
mhm,
on his backstory during that whole lead up to the climax of the issues going around at the Sky Egg.
mhm.
But I don't want to say more excited, but essentially Captain Celebrity to me is like a watered down version of All Might crossed with Johnny Bravo.
Mhm.
So like he's not necessarily my favorite. I warmed to him after getting like his full backstory and stuff. And I guess he he presented in a way that felt very disingenuous. So like when he first came on the scene, I was a little bit skeptical, like, oh, are you gonna be like a low-key villain masquerading as a hero? Let me see. But anyway, um I was more excited for the, I don't know if subplot's the right word, but the subplot or undercurrent of what's going on with Knuckle Duster, which we did confirm during these episodes that he is the original O'Clock.
Yes.
And I knew it. I freaking knew it. I know they hinted at it, so it's not like some great giant secret that I uncovered. But the question remained on like how did he lose his quirk? Like how did that happen? And that still hasn't been answered. So that's something
Well, we
I'm
know
looking forward to
there's
finding
one
out.
person in the world. There's only one person in the world who could take it.
But right, but it's like, did they cross paths? Did he just like, o'clock get beat up, pass out, just do the gentle graze, takes the quirk? Like what exact? Because he doesn't really recall or like have any hints on like he said, I don't know how you got my quirk. Like I don't know how. Um, but again, it makes sense in the sense that like Knuckle Duster did seem inhumanly strong, and again, this is a superhero society, so like not entirely out of the world of reason, but it just didn't quite make a ton of sense. Then we had the whole scar across the face thing, so everything was lining up. So that reveal for me was huge. The main villain of this season being obsessed with him and his quirk was an interesting touch. And yeah, that whole thing, I think as well, like really drives home the I don't know if it's the importance or just like I'm more attached to that because at the end of it, we actually have questions still because we don't know the actual outcome of that fight. It's left to where there's blood on the scene, but we don't know. Well, there's blood from two different individuals, so we know both of them were bleeding, but they don't mention any bodies recovered or anyone getting sent to the hospital. So it could be interpreted as both survived, which would be interesting. I'm also like, again, we know our main villain is still connected to All for One. During the last episode, we get to see Doctor. Is it Garaki? Is that his name? Pretty sure
Hmm.
that's his name. So like we get to see him, and it's the first time we're seeing like pods physically, and I'm wondering, it's like, okay, who's the person in the pod or the thing in the pod? Is this where the first Nomu comes in? Also, is O'Clock's or Overclock's quirk the main reason why all of our Nomus and Shigaraki down the line and All for One are able to regenerate? Because that copycat kid villain is basically kind of like, oh, I know how to use your quirk better than you in some ways. And that's when Knuckle Duster's like, whoa, like overclocking cell regeneration. So it's something that he didn't do with the quirk, that maybe that's partly why all the experimentation and the Nomu and all of the subsequent things that we have seen are able to regenerate is because of that quirk. Maybe in addition to an actual regeneration quirk, but who knows? So I'm interested to see. My biggest takeaway and excitement is the fact that because there's unanswered questions and they literally set it up as like, I'm going into the summer of my senior year, like there is going to be another season, which is something I was not sure about when this started. So I'm so elated and excited for that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought because after the episode ended, the last episode, they had the post-credit scene of the Doctor and All for One in the thing. I'm pretty sure the guy in the tube is number six, as he was calling himself, because he had the same scar. Like, so I think he got recovered.
Right. I think so. I think so. I I just I don't know. I guess maybe I'm too skeptical of the glowing scar, so I'm pretty sure it'd be him. But the bulk of the body at first made me think it was Knuckle Duster. So that's why I'm like, mm, anyway. But so back to the sky egg. They had, I don't know if it's Makoto's work, handiwork, probably is, but the influence to, or the hustle to get like most of the big names to all come out for the like farewell celebration for Captain Celebrity. They had
Yeah, that was her.
Ryukyu, they had Best Genius, they had like so much Midnight, they had Eraser was there,
Mirko,
like
hmm
so many. Mirko was there.
Ed
Who
Shot,
else? The only people that weren't there were All Might, Endeavor, Ed Shot was there. Um, All Might, Endeavor, Hawks. I don't think was a hero yet. Wash was there.
yeah,
Wash was there. I don't remember the guy with the big hands. He's like one of the first heroes that we see in the show. I forget his name. He also retired when going got kind of tough, and then
yeah.
helped out at the very end in season 6.
The cats were all
Uh,
there. Like the cats from the season
yes,
three
the
training.
Pussycats.
Yep.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes,
They were all
yes.
everyone. Yeah, she got
Um,
everyone to come.
it
Uh,
was that was impressive, and that was cool.
so yeah, they were all there. It was a good look. But again, I guess at that point, I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, from that thing, which would make Stain hate it, why would you not go? I mean, it's just more publicity, like public publicity. You're seen in a more, you're fun and entertaining. It just helps your hero ranking. But Endeavor
I
said
mean, yeah, I guess so.
he's not there for that. I mean, popularity and that stuff plays a
Yeah,
factor, and going to that type of thing hosted by that and farewell, and it's just a good old night, and then you got like the Makoto's other people who are doing all the singing and dancing. Like
dancing. Yeah,
it's a big old party.
Kumbaya. Yeah, it was a great. It was a great. I don't know. I guess maybe. I guess my immediate brain is like we have so many of the like major heroes in this one place. Like who's out here protecting the peeps? Like there's definitely more heroes than what are there in the Sky Egg, and obviously something major there. Where if they hadn't been there, that's kind of where my brain immediately went, was like, don't you guys have like other more direct hero work related instead of being at a party?
Do they though? Because at that
I
point, the League
mean,
of Villains isn't a thing. Like they're not a thing.
true.
All for One is down. No one knows where. Some people think he's dead. Most people think he's dead. They don't know he's
That's true. That
still
is true.
around. They're in a lull of like peace. I mean, the biggest thing was Knuckle Duster's daughter, and they dealt with her in the first season. Then you got this little guy, and they're like,
Yeah. And I
non,
mean, they still have the main, I guess, knowing what we know probably makes me a little bit like jaded. But yeah, because they still have the random occurrences of like enlarged villains or people that are using the enhancer drugs and all that
mhm.
stuff. So it's like they definitely have work to do. But is it on such a scale that all of them need to be on the street all of the time? Probably not. But it was such like a large gathering of them, like so many heroes. It was like, I feel like this might be a little bit overkill. or it could have been more so that like people come in shifts, like maybe the first group and then tag out after the first hour, because we don't know how long this event was planned for, because obviously it also got interrupted and cut short most likely, um, due to the attack. It was interesting. It was cool to see Koichi step up, um, and get even more of a taste of like, being the hero that he wanted to be and helping to defend Captain Celebrity and, protect the Sky Egg, the people in the Sky Egg. But his inexperience definitely showed when he nearly plummeted to his death the first time because he wasn't paying attention to the I guess suction on on his feet hanging upside down. So like that was, I know it was also added for comedic effect, but life or death situations like that, bro, that could have been really bad.
Yeah. No, it's probably a whole late afternoon, early in the late evening, early morning next day, like type of big
Yeah.
thing. And I guess with the heroes too, I mean, most of them weren't even involved in any of the stuff in the season. So it's like, why would they care? Like, it's just like, I'm just saying
Yeah.
from a sense of like, all right, we got more Azawa, but that's because we got his backstory
Yeah.
in this thing. And then like, obviously
Midnight was also part of that.
Midnight
Mm-hmm.
was part of that.
Yeah.
Fatgum had his little thing. But that's in
Mm-hmm.
this season. Like part one, yeah, we saw Azawa for a little bit, but then it was just like,
Barely. Yeah.
whatever. And that sense, like when that drug was really getting peddled around, they didn't really like they were using the police and like just any
Yeah.
hero on site. They didn't take it as that big of a threat.
Mm-hmm.
So I and again, it's like this night thing. There's all these other heroes. Like I mean, if Endeavor's still out there, and I mean, if All Might's still there, and some other people, it's like why? I mean, they were fine
Yeah.
in that in that sense, but. I mean, like with it all happening, and number six is bombing the thing, and because he found out from the previous episode before he bombed Captain Celebrity's limitations, because it all started when he saved those
Mm-hmm.
three little girls.
Yeah.
Um, and then it's just like, well, I mean, it's we, it's he's not the Endeavor of the series of Vigilantes, but he is the Endeavor of the series in terms of biggest character growth and
Mm-hmm.
development that you see in a character because it was just like you just said the first time you meet Cap Slater you wouldn't expect him to be because he was holding the whole thing by himself getting
Mm-hmm.
blasted before Koichi came to help him all that and if he wasn't the guy didn't know his weakness he probably could have landed that stuff all by himself yada yada and all that jazz and then obviously, when the hero started to help him too, that was good as well. And like they
Yeah.
said, they credited All Might made sure he got credit in the end, like saying, hey, besides All Might, he's just like he was the person
Yeah.
doing all this stuff. But I think what a lot of people are taking from this is a lot of things now make sense. Like two things make sense and don't make sense. This this was still what they do now because they did a 2 year time skip at the end of the episode. So
Yeah.
now they are only 2 years before All Might meets Midoriya. Only 2 years before
Mm-hmm.
everything comes to thing. And I know the internet went crazy when All Might showed up.
Yes.
One, now it just makes complete sense on how no one knew who he was because seeing him getting yelled at his
In
own
the board meeting.
agency. Yeah,
Yes.
so it all I
Oh my
was
god.
like, okay, now I'm just like, so how did this man have a whole agency and no one know who he was for a secret? I was like, oh, he is
Mm-hmm.
employed as a regular as a board member on his own, but he's just employed, like he's not. And that girl was
Yeah.
like, Mr. Yagi, you gotta no put your phone on ring voicemail or. And I'm like, oh
She was,
dear, and
yeah,
he's
she was laying into him.
she's probably the director of the board. Like, and she
She
doesn't know that
probably
she's yelling at her boss, her real
is.
boss.
Yeah. Yeah, and the
So
number one hero in the world.
that was funny, and
Yeah.
that made a lot of sense. I was like, okay, so this is how he's. That was good. That was
Staying
really
under
good
the
of him.
radar.
and messing up with the tablet, and then obviously him calling to telling him like his sister, and the way he literally undid his sign, literally zoomed out from their thing so fast that you couldn't tell it was him. He comes in and saves the cats, does everything, grabs the thing, puts him down,
Yep.
save Captain Celebrity, commends him, signs Koichi stuff,
Hmm.
and then you hear Six talking about him, and he's just like, "This isn't even fair." And then he unleashes the big bomb thing, and then
Hmm.
he's sending all those things, and they're like, "Oh, there's all the heroes are freaking out. There's no way he could stop that." All Might does a little quick spring again and
Yep.
stops that with one punch, and he's just like, "This isn't fair." Then you hear All For One on the phone talking about how he's an ex machina, like it's just unfair, like with
Yep.
All Might and stuff like that. And to think too, like this is before he fought the Nomu, and this is
Yeah.
still not his prime. So I'm really sitting here watching these feats. And I'm like, wow, this is, and obviously this is before
It
he
was
gave his
unfair,
portion
like
to
they said.
Midoriya. Yeah, but then
Yeah.
and then they even talked about it. I mean, Best Gina said a line. Yeah, the number one hero makes it impossible look possible. Number six said the line, and again,
Hmm.
that Snit was the reason why all those heroes can go there. Is the reason now you can go back to every time, every year you can go back to All Might. Just All Might being around was a
Casually
detriment
strolling up.
because
Hmm.
what do you have to worry about if one person could do all of that?
Right. Right. Right.
And then that's just the thing. Like seeing All Might do, I was like, wow, this is why they got so lax because they know they have him. Like this
Yeah.
is literally why. So
1000%.
and then on a funny but not funny but funny thing. And then you just see that, and he's not in his prime. Now you see why Endeavor was crashing out for 22 years.
Yeah, for real.
Like, and then also you can see why Hawks loves and respects Endeavor because you're seeing that, and you're looking at like you're trying to compete with that, and that's how Hawks got the
Mad
like,
props. Right.
yeah. So seeing that, it was just crazy. Like I was rewatching it again, I was just like, wow, this is, and this isn't even his strongest.
Insanity.
And then
No.
knowing what we know. He doesn't
Hmm.
even have the full power of he has just the strength and all of that jazz to the utmost T, but he doesn't have Black Whip, he doesn't
Right.
have Danger Sense, he doesn't have
Hmm.
Float, he doesn't have Smoke Drink Screen, he doesn't have Fa Jin, he does like he can't use any of
Oh
that. And
my
he
God.
was
Could you imagine him with Fajin? Like
yeah,
just that one, even.
which I'm just
Oh my
still
God. He could jump and the whole planet would probably get
yeah,
pushed down. Like,
yeah,
oh my God.
yeah. And it's
Jesus
only
Christ. Yeah.
because he's not the MC that didn't unlock for him,
Hmm.
but like
He
using
was the number nine.
yeah,
Lucky
he
number
wasn't
nine.
nine. But just using the head thing is like they're all just sitting back there watching him like, damn, does he even need our help? Like that's the thing too. Like
He's the one.
yeah, he doesn't need our help. Like this is crazy. And then it just goes back to what we know in from the end of the series, like
Hmm.
that scene with Momo and Denki when Denki's like, Midoriya is probably the strongest person in the world right now. And Momo said, yes, probably.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't feel the same. I don't know. I do not feel the same comfort. Because even with Midoriya's
Yeah.
strength, Midoriya wasn't doing shit like that. And Midoriya's supposed to be stronger than that All
Right.
Might. And he was not doing I couldn't see Midoriya
Nope.
holding that whole building by himself. I couldn't.
Nope. No, I don't
Which
think
is
so. I
crazy
really
because
don't think
him
so.
and Shigaraki are supposed to be stronger than that version, because that is not Prime All Might. At the end of the series, those two are supposed to be stronger than that All Might. And you're just sitting there like, huh.
Mm,
Yeah.
I think this is where the whole like I guess it's not technically Takno Jutsu, but like technically that comes into play. The whole like mental fracture and all those extra elements come to like make that argument. But yeah, no, I don't know if quote unquote peak Deku that we get to see is stronger than All Might in his prime. I don't know that we could say that. I don't know. I'd have to see like the actual statistics and breakdown, which I know there's people on YouTube that will do it. So I need to find the video to watch it. But I don't know. It's hard. You're right. It's hard to picture and imagine based off of what we've seen. But again, at the same time, Midoriya wasn't really trying to kill nobody, and I think All Might would have tried, but he did. He did try to kill All for One, and he couldn't do it. So, Jesus Christ, like so many things had to fall perfectly into place for them to win that fight. Because I don't
Hey,
think it
yep.
relied solely on the fact, like, yeah, this one person or these two people were stronger than the others. And I think that's part of the key message, of course, because we
Yep.
already outlined, why it's overall or in the long term detrimental to rely on one support or one person.
Hmm.
Because when that pillar, that, stable leg, whatever you want to call it, crumbles or gets blown out, what else is going to happen? There's nothing else to fall back on. So
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like that, it's just crazy how almost every couple episodes or end of series of seasons of My Hero, we it always can go back to that All Might case study from all those years ago.
I know,
So
no,
it was
it's
cool.
honestly a little. It's a little. I feel like that's a little crown jewel in my little, podcasting tiara or
No,
diadem, whatever you want to call it.
no, it's yeah, we can always resort back to back, and they keep showing it when they come back again because like the senior year and all that. I mean, we'll probably see him maybe again, maybe. That's
Hmm.
when he'll realize that All for One is alive, and he's like, "Oh,
Shit,
now I need to really find a
a
successor." And then,
successor. Hmm.
and then there we,
Well, if this is 2 years before he meets Midoriya, wouldn't this be around the same time that Nezu calls him in to be like, "Hey, Togata could be great for you,"
yeah, it should be the same because
because Togata's
his 2 years Midoriya's senior,
2 years older than him?
so he
Yeah.
would be starting UA right
I
now.
mean, I don't know if they pick him out as a freshman. I mean, I think he would have picked him out as a freshman or a sophomore or first or a second year.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, that if my timeline is correct, then that would make sense that this is around the time that, you know, Night Eye is involved with Togata and Nezu has already been like, "Hey, All Might, like I hear you're looking for a successor. This guy would be great." Like
But we haven't even seen
it
him
has to
in
be around
all
that
of
around the
all of
same
it.
time.
We haven't seen him in all of Vigilantes though, so that's the other thing.
Uh-uh.
So
No.
who
But we
knows? Like,
did peep Midoriya again in this season. I freely admit that I missed him, so thank you to the internet Sues that put it out there because I
mhm.
completely missed him. I don't know if he was. Are we assuming he was in the Sky Egg incident? Like he was up in the egg when it happened? Because it looked like he was. He and his mom were in line to get tickets or to like get in.
Yeah, yeah, it looked like it. I know when people are talking about it on the internet how like All Might obviously inspired Kathleen, because he saved them when they were kids, and then they were
Mm-hmm.
making the thing like, man, Koichi has seen Midoriya's family basically twice now, and like,
Yep.
and then the All Might hoodie and all of that could have inspired him down the road, but that'd be interesting to see it. When I saw
Right.
those things, it also kind of got me mad at the fact that we, unless I know people are talking about, man, that's going to be a 2027 movie, but I highly doubt it. That Midoriya
What?
and Koichi have never met.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, and then like Midoriya, Koichi, Stars and Stripes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of all the Omega All Might fan, Bakugo,
Uh-huh.
Night Eye, and like Stain. Like all of like I would have loved to see a round table of like the biggest All Might fans talk about why they're
Uh-huh.
the biggest All Might
Oh
fan.
my. Right. Do it the what is that guy's style where he goes to the college campuses and he's like, it would be a sign
Hmm.
that says, "I'm All Might's biggest fan, change my mind." Like,
Yeah,
have them all do that to each other. That'd be so funny
yeah, like, and I would have loved
and
to see
highly entertaining.
at least Koichi, All Might, and Koichi, Midoriya, and Kathleen, like if they would have met that, but we got robbed of
Yeah.
that. Which I wonder what she was doing. That's another thing too. Like I wonder what she was
Hmm.
doing in the States at this time. But Andrea, I know so many people are going to be so hyped for the English dubbing of this final part
Right?
because when All Might comes, like you are going to have Vegeta saving Goku. Because if people
Uh-huh.
remember, Christopher Sabath is the voice of All Might. Sean Schemmel is the voice of Captain Celebrity. So that is going to be a 360-degree, crazy, fourth dimensional wall breaking moment.
Yeah.
So I know people are
That's gonna
ve
be
very hyped. Very, very,
yeah.
very hyped. Also,
Does anyone know why? Oh, go ahead.
no, this is gonna be a big thing, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, does anybody know why the English dub got out of pace with the sub?
I
Because I was
don't,
wondering about that. Like it only happened in the later episodes.
yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember how far behind they are.
As of right now, I think it's the last two episodes. I haven't checked in the last couple days, but it was the second to last episode and this episode that came out subbed and weren't in dub yet.
Okay.
But
That's
up
not.
until then, it was like same day.
Let's see. Yeah, so you just said, yep, because Balloon Soul was the last. Wait, was that even English? Oh, season two, original. Oh, these are the original release dates. So this wiki doesn't even have the thing. That's a good point. That's a good point. Gonna have to.
I'm
Could be scheduling as always. You know how those things.
curious, like overall, yeah, for
But
sure. We were keeping up with it
mhm.
in dub mostly because it's easier to eat dinner
Yep,
and, listen.
yep.
But these last couple times it was like, no, 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 we got to eat and then watch because I need to catch all this dialogue.
Hmm. How do you God, because of the things coming. How do you think Pop? I mean, that end where Pop, when Pop heard him, like, he's like, yeah, after my senior, I might kind of retire being the crawler. And it's like, basically the life she's been living
Yeah,
in this
it's
world
coming
is
to
going to
an end.
come down and all of that. And Pop noticed that Makoto, I think, officially likes Koichi. She
Mm-hmm.
had that look,
Is that
like
what that
when,
was? Because
yeah,
don't know
that's
if
what
that's
the,
what that was. I got that more. I saw that interaction more as like go get your man. Like like hello, which again, knowing that she's in high school this whole time and
well, now
he's in college is a
she's an
little.
18 now,
She'd
or
be
close
18
to it,
now,
yeah.
but they've already been, yeah. So
Hmm.
I have feelings about that overall in general. I don't get to change societal norms and structure and the story itself, but just like I would have a little bit better feelings if he had, was college and she was in the beginning of college or he had just finished college and she's in college. Just the fact that she was a minor just doesn't quite sit right with me. I know they knew each other when they were younger. Technically speaking, she ran into him. She remembers him. She still hasn't told him. I do wonder if that's going to get brought up in the third season. But yeah, no, I did not pick up if that, Makoto was hinting that she had a thing for Koichi. I
Uh,
really did not
Most people
read
said it
it
too
that
with
way.
her brother. If you saw it, she was blushing the whole time when talking about Koichi.
Mm,
So that's where people are like, especially on the interweb, the clips are like, this is the moment she officially started
mm.
liking him, and then all of that. So that'd be an interesting bit. And then obviously with the brother now knows of which is a problem because eventually he can get arrested and all goes
That was
smokes.
something that I actually, as I was watching with Koichi, when we know in a couple years, um, Midoriya, Todoroki, and Ida are in this fight with Stain,
Yep.
and the police chief comes in after they've beaten Stain and they're bruised and beaten to hell,
Hmm.
and very much hit them with I should, take away your provisional licenses if they had it at the time or whatever it was, like stop you from ever becoming heroes, blah, 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 blah. So much what you did. This is how we're going to handle it. Just, stay out of trouble. Whereas the consequences, potential consequences of their actions before thanking them for what they did. Did
Yeah.
you? I'm sorry. I keep getting notices about Wi-Fi. Did I come through all the way on that?
At the end part, yes.
Damn it. Okay.
I
Uh,
heard most of like it came in at the end part about the consequence, obviously the Stain fight and how when they were in the hospital and all that jazz, like, yeah, we can't give you credit for beating Stain, and they were like, why not? Well, you guys aren't pro heroes, you shouldn't even done that, so blah blah blah. And then but since you guys did that,
yeah.
man, that was
Um,
season two.
that was season two.
It is interesting. No, I was just saying how it does confirm that that is number six, like that he's working on at the Villain Factory, boss.
Yeah. I think he's
Oh,
going to be turned into the first Nomu, personally.
just hearing that All for One music again, I was like,
Right.
oh boy, this guy. I just remember how you just wouldn't stay down, like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's no, but I think so. There was a couple things. One, I was gonna say it's so interesting how Koichi again. This is you usually don't see this like age range and like being the MC, like this is about to be a senior year of college, so it's like a lot of
Right.
people relating like it's almost like again your senior year of college and he's thinking about putting his vigilantism down. It's like, man, your senior year of college for some people, that's the last time you're maybe unless you go pro, that's the last time you're playing the sport that you're playing for a certain
Right.
at a certain level, or so last time you're like in this organization if you don't get involved when you graduate or things of that. And that's the same thing. Like Koichi's like a normal college senior, obviously with
Mm-hmm.
superpowers, but it's like going through the same things. Like, dang, this might be my last. This is probably my last thing. And then Pop being like befriending him all these years and being that younger person is the same. Like if you have a friend who's
Older than you.
a yeah,
Yeah.
younger classman, an underclassman, and they're realizing that you're graduating and you're not going to be around anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same. It is the same thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see how all of that goes. And then obviously, like Captain Celebrity stuff is funny, seeing his wife and
Yes.
kid
The
and all
baby.
that. That's hilarious. The thing that I wanted to bring up, which you really cannot make this up.
Uh-huh.
We are literally recording
Uh-huh.
on the day of the very first aired My Hero Academia episode 10 years ago. You can't make
Yes.
this up.
What what timing? And unintentionally, I if I understand correctly, because I
Yep.
don't think you knew that, and I definitely didn't know
I
this,
knew it
or
was
have a
April.
conscious knowledge of it.
No, I didn't mean to make it on that day. I knew it was April. Like I always
Mm-hmm.
remembered it was April, but like when I saw the thing like today was the 10, I was just like, this is crazy. So now it's just like again, 10 years and don't want to re-harp on stuff you said at the end of the series, but obviously people who've listened, they know how important the show is to you. So it's like, how does it feel recording on the 10-year anniversary on the dot of the show airing for the first time?
I it just makes me feel happy. It's like if obviously this is not a closure moment because thankfully we have more seasons coming. Yay. Was not sure about that or not. Um, but yeah, just the fact that, you know, this is 10 years worth of, anime content. The story is so developed and so beloved that it has been the main series was on air for 9 years, and they started a spinoff before the original series ended, and we still have more of that spinoff content coming, which feels good. But technically speaking, we still have the um the special episode that's coming out, I believe, in May. So that's a
Yeah.
month away.
Adapts chapter 431. Basically just a little more epilogue-ish
Mm-hmm.
type thing that I guess, I mean, they could have did it at the end of the season. I guess they just wanted the extra thing, but yeah. So we get that extra little bonus thing. We'll see what anime content stuff they add that was different from that chapter, but
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, I mean, we were just here just looking on on this stuff because the fifth season was when we actually started talking about My Hero
Yep.
on this thing, and the fifth season aired. Looking at these dates now, it's kind of crazy. The fifth season aired from March 27th to September 25th. That shit was
Of
long. 2021.
That's right.
And then the
Oh my
sixth season
God.
started October 1st, 2022 to March 25th, 2023. The
Hmm.
seventh season went May 4th to October 12th with four memory recap episodes. Yep, airing in April. Then the eighth season went from October to December because it was only like the 12 whatever episodes.
Right.
Because My Hero was putting up 25
Yeah.
like plus episodes, and obviously the first season started, well, in Japan is there like April 3rd to June 26th.
Hmm.
So yeah, we started at five and we did five, six, seven, eight. Vigilante season one and two, and then Vigilante is its last season, as they already said at the thing, like the Crawler's final. This is where it's gonna
Hmm.
end, and then the special episode, which we will come back and talk about in May. But yeah, just the fact that it's 10 years and just thinking where the anime world was 10 years ago to
Uh-huh.
that's the other thing to think about where the anime world was 10 years ago to where it was at now.
Well, and the anime world 10 years ago, I think we recently saw that come up where was it like the 10 or 11-year anniversary of the final Naruto Sasuke fight? Like
Hmm.
Naruto was coming to an end 10 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that is where we were in the anime world 10 years ago was Naruto was finally coming to a close. And here we are 10 years later that a new anime around that same time is now coming to a close.
Yeah.
So,
And then obviously also too, because today the anime awards list came out. For the
mhm,
My Hero fans, go vote all the things My Hero. Go vote My Hero Anime of the Year, all the
all
different
of the
things,
things,
especially for
all
their
of the
season
awards.
eight. So definitely go do that. It's just crazy to think. I mean, with the 10 years thing, I mean, maybe, Andrew, maybe we're
Mhm.
gonna have to do a top 10. Top 10 for 10 years, our top 10 favorite moments in the My Hero Academia franchise.
Oh, don't do that to me, Martin, because the last time
Yeah.
we did a top anything, I left out a major. It was what top 10, top five fights, or what was it?
Yeah, but that was, which is crazy
That was
because
a
that,
long time ago, and I left off the Stain fight.
yeah,
Oh,
I wonder
I'm
if I can
still
actually,
so yeah.
wonder if I can actually see when that was so long, or if that got buried in a different episode because that was so long ago. There's a lot of fights that have happened now
Uh-huh.
that may enter.
I think it was after season. Was it after season five or after season six?
Oh, I would have to like super dive into the
I'm pretty
episode
sure it's after
archive.
season five because it was. I remember recording that episode and I was sitting on your couch.
Okay, well, yeah, that is a long time ago then.
I know.
Like for the in-person pod, that is
Right. That's why I think it was back in 2021.
because
Unless it
it's
was the time that I came to visit, in the summertime and we recorded
yeah, but I feel like you haven't. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Like an in-person pod for you,
in-person
that's been
pods. Mm-hmm.
a ages.
It's been a
Yeah,
rare
this.
occurrence.
Yeah, but I'll have to look this up off recording because this is loading. But no, I just think, yeah, I mean, it'd be one of those things like moments, fights, just because again, it's 10 years and
Mm-hmm.
it's just like,
Why not?
why not? Or, I mean, other case study type things because that's what we used
I
to
was
do
about
during
to
the
say that.
breaks.
I was about to say that either case study type things, or I was also thinking is like, what are our favorite, like our top 10? Because we have, I'm pretty sure we have more than 10 podcasts over these few years covering My Hero. Which ones are our favorites? Like
Oh, that's a good
from,
one. That's a good one.
from, from recap episodes to, the, specifically like recapping or what we anticipate a season to be like, the episodes themselves, like, or any of the case studies, like how we would personally rank them among our like top 10
Would you ever want to
favorites.
do what Mitch did when we had the 5 year anniversary of the entire pod and me and Mitch did the re-listen of the very first episode and
Oh God,
stop and
no.
pause where we were right,
I
where we were
can't.
wrong? Why not? That is actually
Oh,
very fun.
but I can't listen to the sound of my own voice, Martin.
I think everyone
Oh,
says that, but then it's
oh.
it is what it is. But that was fun. Like we're just listening to some of our theories, like this still holds true today. Man, we were very wrong on that. This is crazy how this is that, and especially the very first that was the very first episode on the podcast, like giving insight to the fans of like, hey, when we first recorded this, this was this, this, and this. So we
Hmm.
didn't have this. Zoom was not a thing when we recorded that. So
No, it would have taken off a
yep.
year after y'all started.
So just
Hmm.
go. I mean, that's another option too. Like if you can pick a episode, and I mean, there's some
I
there's some in
I'll put
particular
it.
I think you would want to go back and like re-listen to your
Oh,
rankings.
oh, that's gonna hurt me physically, but I'll throw it out there to the listeners that if they'd want to comment or like put in any of their feedback on if there's an episode they would like us to do that to, or oh my god, even we could have throw it all the way back to my first podcast ever, period, not just my hero,
You
because
can. That's a good one. I mean, thinking like
uh
have has the
I
women
probably would
anime
have
space
new.
changed?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I don't know about the anime space. It has changed, period. I won't deny that it hasn't. But I was specifically thinking of like my favorite characters rankings and
Hmm.
characters that I absolutely hate. I still, my number one, still hate them, purely hate them. They'd probably still be up there, but I don't know. All for One might have to take the cake because that guy is terrible. But anyway, just like yeah, because there is a lot of content for us to maybe go back on and listen to, and you know, quote unquote live comment on our own thoughts and ideas
Just
or
even
feelings in that moment.
revisiting some of the list episodes because again, I mean, we used to do the stuff for Women's History Month and all that, and
Hmm.
haven't like going back and seeing that top the strongest women in MHA like at that season then compared to what you would
Yeah,
rank them
do
now
now. Yeah.
or like stuff like that or how we had the rant like for the random mixed teams fighting from
Yeah.
class 1A and B like having them like there's a lot of cool things because again this is going to I mean it is the series is over we're getting one episode we're getting the spin-off it's like
Hmm.
there's nothing past this to
Nothing
our
else.
knowledge maybe obviously people talked about movies and that could obviously happen but you got to get
Hmm.
everyone on board and I mean guys they've already done four movies so it's
Right.
like
Right. It's not like they haven't been doing it along the way.
so
And they beautifully tied all of them into the universe. They're all
yep
canon, which is
yep
so cool. I
yep
love that.
yep so it's crazy anything it's just crazy that it's 10 years on the spot recording that's just the coolest thing so anything else on my hero
Nothing new, just I love it. I love talking about it and very glad I got to experience it and
yeah
experience it with, you know, some of the people that I started out with,
hmm
building friendships with other people and continuing it out and just, you know, taking it all in, enjoying the ride and the lessons that it's taught us along the way.
yeah no it's 10 years. It's a long time, and we've talked about it for almost darn near half of it. So
Hmm.
that's been cool. With that being said, thank you everyone for listening to L7C podcast. Let us know what you thought of the end of Vigilantes, which you're looking forward to in the special in May, what you're going to do with the month of April now that My Hero's done until that one episode in May. And then when that, so yeah, let us know. And we'll be back eventually, definitely to talk about that episode and for other My Hero content. With that being said, take care. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.